Valencia, a city where futuristic architecture meets medieval charm, where orange trees line every street and locals don't even notice them anymore. In the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into Spain's third largest city, a place that honestly doesn't get enough hype. Picture this, a massive dried up riverbed that's been transformed into Spain's longest urban park. It runs straight through the heart of the city, ending at a structure so striking that Doctor Who was filmed here. From there, we're losing ourselves in winding medieval streets where every corner reveals another century-old building that just casually exists next to your local coffee shop. We'll hit the beach where locals actually live the Valencia lifestyle. No tourist traps, just pure Mediterranean vibes. And of course, I'm taking you to the Central Market, one of Europe's largest and most beautiful food halls, where the colours, sounds and smells will overwhelm your senses in the best possible way. Whether you're planning your first trip or just curious about Valencia, I've been there and here's what you need to know. Let's go. So everyone asks, what's the number one thing to see in Valencia? And it's hard to pick just one. But if we're going by Google searches and tourist hype, it's definitely the City of Arts and Sciences. This futuristic complex looks like it was 3D printed by someone who forgot what normal buildings are supposed to look like. Designed by Santiago Calatrava, it's basically Valencia showing off. You've got the hemispheric, this giant eyeball sitting in a pool of water. Inside, there's an IMAX screen that wraps around you like you're in a planetarium on steroids. Then there's the Science Museum, this massive dinosaur ribcage made of white concrete and glass that somehow feels alive. The Oceanographic is Europe's largest aquarium, where 45,000 sea creatures live better than most of us. And the Palau de les Arts, the opera house that looks like a knight's helmet designed by Apple. But here's what makes this place special. It's all built inside the Turia Gardens, Valencia's best park. So here's the story. Valencia had a river running through the city, the Turia River. In 1957, it flooded badly and killed dozens of people. The city's response was to move it. And they did. They literally redirected the entire river and turned the old riverbed into a 9-kilometre park. This is not your average city park. This is where Valencia lives. You want to see locals? Come here. Morning, afternoon, evening. People are running, cycling, playing football, baseball, skateboarding, dancing, trying to impress the ladies, walking dogs, having picnics, running more. There are playgrounds everywhere, gardens with all kinds of trees, fountains, ponds. Your kid would happily spend the entire day at the Gulliver playground. And it connects the whole city. You can basically walk or bike from one end of Valencia to the other without ever leaving the park. It's genius urban planning, honestly. There are smaller parks nearby too, like Jardins del Real with its fountains and peacocks casually strutting around, or Monforte Gardens with romantic hedge mazes and classical statues. But Turia is the main attraction. Valencians take their outdoor life seriously. Seems like everyone here is fit and active. It's intimidating, actually. You're eating your third croissant of the day and someone runs past you for the 5th time. Well, at the same time, it seems like everyone is alcoholic here, drinking beer and wine at noon in local tabernas, but still, that's the balance. A little break from the views. Tired of generic tours and all-inclusive resorts? Have a custom journey tailored to your unique interests, schedule and budget, so you can actually experience the soul of a country, not just its hotel buffet. That's what I do. Get in touch, contact in the description. Speaking of outdoors, Valencia has a beach. Yeah, a proper beach, Wide, sandy, clean, packed with people. There are lifeguards, so it's safe. The water's decent. And right behind the beach, there's a whole strip of restaurants and bars. It's one of those beaches where locals actually go casually during the week. Standard Mediterranean vibes. Nothing too fancy, just a good solid beach day option. Now let's talk about the Old Town. This is where all the tourists are. If you want to feel like a sardine in a very beautiful can, come here in summer. The main attraction are the streets themselves, but especially the Valencia Cathedral. It claims to have the Holy Grail inside. You know, the cup Jesus used at the Last Supper. Real or not, people come to see it. The cathedral itself is beautiful. Mix of Gothic, Baroque, Romanesque styles because it was built over centuries and everyone wanted to add their touch. Then you've got the famous Torres de Serranos. These massive medieval gates that used to be the entrance to the city. Here's the cool part. If you look closely at the stones, you can still see marks from Napoleon's cannons. Yeah, Napoleon tried to take Valencia in 1808, and the gates have the battle scars to prove it. You can climb to the top for views of the city. There's also the town hall, and you can go inside. Beautiful building, historic rooms, but the real highlight is the famous balcony overlooking the main square. You can actually go up there. It's where officials make announcements during festivals, and the views of Plaza del Ayuntamiento are perfect. The old town is packed with narrow streets, little plazas, shops selling tourist stuff, and about 47 restaurants per block. It's charming, yes, but it's also very, very touristy. Expect crowds and overpriced sangria. Also, find a minute for Plaza de Toros, massive circular bull ring that looks like a Roman Colosseum, where bullfights still happen during special festivals. If you're visiting Valencia in mid-May, you might stumble into one of the city's many local festivals. Here's how you'll know. Entire streets lined with plastic chairs that locals have set up hours in advance to claim prime spots for the parade. It's a Valencia tradition. You stake your claim and go have lunch or drinks. Then come the processions in traditional costumes and fireworks. Valencia has mascletas, daytime firecracker shows that are basically just explosions for the sake of noise. Locals take their festivals seriously here and they won't miss a chance to have a party. But the main festival of the city is Las Fallas. Massive sculptures pop up all over Valencia, and on the final night, they set them all on fire. It's called La Crema. The entire city becomes a controlled inferno of flames and smoke, slightly terrifying, absolutely spectacular. Find an hour for Mercado Central, one of the oldest markets in Europe still running. It's this gorgeous Art Nouveau building filled with stalls selling all kinds of food treasures, and the prices are way better than restaurants. You can grab some jamón, cheese, bread, and have yourself a proper Spanish picnic. And here's an insider tip. Tucked inside the market is Central Bar by Ricard Camarena, a 2 Michelin star chef. No reservations, just show up and join the line. They serve tapas and bocadillos for under €7, which is insane considering you're eating food made by one of Spain's top chefs. It's basically Michelin quality cooking at market prices, surrounded by fruit vendors and fish stalls. Valencia is interesting because it's caught between two identities. On one hand, it's a real working city where people live, work, go to school. On the other hand, tourism is growing fast. The old town is basically tourist-exclusive area now, but walk some minutes away and you're in normal residential neighborhoods where life goes on as usual. It's not as overrun as Barcelona yet, but it's heading that direction. You can still find authentic spots if you look, but the main tourist areas are pretty commercialized. So what's the vibe? Valencia feels easy. It's Spain's third largest city, but without that intense tourist energy you get in Barcelona. People are just more relaxed here. Maybe it's the beach, maybe it's all that vermouth. Maybe it's 9 kilometers of park running through the city, making everyone chill. I don't know, but it works. Fair warning though, Valencia still does things the Spanish way. siesta is real. Restaurants close in the afternoon and don't reopen for dinner until 8 or 9 p.m. Plan accordingly or you'll be wandering around hangry at 5 p.m. with nowhere to eat. I've been there and I'm telling you, it's worth it. You get the history, the beaches, the weird alien architecture, amazing food, but without feeling like you're in a theme park designed for tourists. Valencia. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good.